Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the TradeStation Getting Started. Today is an opportunity for us to take a look at our mobile apps. For those that are new to TradeStation, my name is Jesus Nava. I'm the Director of Client Training and Education for TradeStation Securities. I do a lot of education for TradeStation, and I help clients use our technology to the best of its functionality. So welcome, everyone. If you're looking for education on our other platforms, we do the Getting Started every Wednesday at 10 a.m. So we've done this class on all our platforms, and we have a recorded version of it. Let me show you what that class is so that if you're looking for that specific webinar, you can find it without any problems. So let me go ahead and bring up my browser, and I'm on the main TradeStation website. And all you need to do is go here to the Learn menu, and there's multiple options here, including our new Options Education Center that I want you to explore when you get a minute. But in here, we have Masterclass, and we also have Getting Started. If you click on the Getting Started selection, of course, it allows you to look at upcoming webinars. It allows you to register for the next one, but then we have video archives down here on each one of our trading platforms. So we have a recording on the desktop, on OptionStation Pro, on web trading, Futures Plus, and today is just an opportunity for us to take a look at mobile apps, and also an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you may have on our functionality. So let me go ahead and pull up my webinar again. And let me go ahead and pull up my chat. So the chat window is your way to send questions over to me. So feel free to send comments or any questions you may have about TradeStation, and then I'll answer those as they come, okay? In terms of disclosure, just keep in mind that every symbol and idea that we talk about is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations of TradeStation. Also, active trading is not suitable for everyone, and past historical performance is no guarantee of future results. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to get out of my PowerPoint, and I have my two mobile apps right here on the screen. If you're familiar with the TradeStation mobile app, you can already tell that I have Android on the left and I have iOS on the right. So those are the two versions of the TradeStation mobile app that we provide. So we only have an iOS environment and we have an Android environment. So if you have an Android phone, then you can go to the Play Store and look for TradeStation Mobile. On the iOS environment, you would have to go to the App Store and look for TradeStation. This mobile app complements the desktop very well. One of the best features of the mobile app is that it's mobile and you can take it anywhere you are. So nowadays, everybody carries their phone with them at all times, and it's great to have, TradeStation in the palm of your hands whenever you need it. If you hear news happening or something comes up on TV or an event, whatever could affect the market, it's great for you to have this availability of TradeStation wherever you're at, okay? So when you log into TradeStation Mobile, you're going to be sent to this homepage. The homepage on the mobile app gives you a view of your account in terms of positions, orders, and balances. So you see those three tabs right here at the very top. Hopefully you can see my cursor right here on the screen. You can see the tabs here on Android, and you can see the same tabs here on iOS. The two versions of the mobile app are similar, and the functionality is going to be in both most of the time. There may be some differences on menu placement and look and feel, but both platforms are pretty similar. And what I want to show you is that, yes, you are sent here to the homepage, but the mobile app also remembers what you were doing last time you were on it. And next time that you log on, it'll take you exactly where you were last time. So the view may be different, depending on what you were doing the last time you had the mobile app up. However, you can always tap on the TradeStation logo right here at the bottom. You can see it. It's a little bit more prominent here in iOS because it has a circle around it. But if you tap on that TradeStation home button, it'll take you here where you see your positions, orders, and balances. You can tell that I'm connected to two different accounts. So my positions list on the left-hand side on Android are different than my positions that I have here on iOS. There is a difference in the view, only because iOS provides you what's called a list view rather than a grid view. The grid view is what you see here on Android, which looks like a spreadsheet kind of thing. It has columns and you can, cycle through the columns by just using your finger and sliding left and right. On the iOS environment, you have this list view that simplifies the actual list of positions by just letting you know what the company name is, what the value of that position holding is, and whether you're making money or losing money on any of those positions. Of course, you can switch to the grid view that you see on Android by tapping on this little button on the top. And notice that it creates a similar view where you can just slide through the columns as well. Okay, so it makes it very, very useful. The list view that we have on iOS is not yet available on Android. It will eventually make it there, but at this time, you only have the grid view on Android. And it's just added here. A lot of traders like to see a simplified view of their positions, allowing them to tap on them and take action. For example, I see American Airlines right here in my iOS. It says that I have 500 shares. I have a similar position here in Android, but only 100 shares. But if I tap on that American Airlines position, let me do that on iOS. It takes me to a detailed view. Now, let me go ahead and do that here in Android to see what happens. It does provide me a menu on what I want to do with that position. Eventually, Android is going to have that same feature of iOS, where it gives you a little bit more detail about American Airlines and your position. So at this point, you can make a choice as to what is it that you want to do to this position. On Android, it's a little bit more straightforward in terms of closing the position, reverse or trade, or go to the symbol detail. On iOS, you'd have to tap on this button that says Actions, and then you have that pop-up menu from the bottom, which has the same options that you see here on Android. Again, slight differences. For example, on the left, you see symbol detail. On the right, you see options chain. Eventually, we're going to reach a parity between the two versions, but I just want to point out the differences so that if you're using a certain type or a certain version of the mobile app, you don't get lost, trying to find the functionality. So let's go ahead and close this position. I'm just going to click on close position, and it's going to take me to an order ticket. All right, the order ticket is just since we selected the option to close the position, this is a very quick way of closing any trade at market. Notice that it doesn't give you the opportunity to change the price because close position is just that, a quick way to get rid of your shares or your contracts at market. It does give you a glimpse of what you're doing. You're selling 100 shares of American Airlines right here on the left-hand side. On the right, you're selling 500. It gives you the estimated total cost of the trade and the duration and the route for your order. I'm going to send the order on both places. I get this order results pop-up. It says that the order was sent successfully. Now on my iOS, the pop-up goes away automatically. I can just tap on OK here on my Android and it goes away. I'm back on my positions list. So pretty simple. Whenever you see a position that has a little caret, for example, over here on my Android, I see Apple with a little caret. That just means that there's several positions inside that underline. Especially if you're trading options, you're going to see this a lot because you may have shares of the underline and also options contracts associated with that underline. Let me tap on the little caret for Apple. And you can see for my Apple on Android, I have 308 shares of Apple, and it tells you, what your P&L is on that. And I also have a call, one contract at a strike price of 225, and it tells you what your P&L is on that option. So yes, whenever you see a position that has that caret, it just means that there's more. And usually if you trade derivatives of an underlying, that's where you're going to see them. Right here in iOS, I only have it for BWA. So if I tap here, you'll see that I have two options contracts. I have two calls, one long and another short. And I have these check boxes that allow me to trade them as well. The check boxes are there because you're able to make a multiple selection. Like, let me do it here on Android. Android for Apple, there's only one checkbox. So if I check that, notice that it does allow me to roll the options position. I can tap on trade. It'll take me to an order ticket, or I can tap on close and it'll take me to this already formatted close at market trade ticket that we saw previously when we were trading American Airlines. But here in iOS, I have the ability not only to tap on one and get the same buttons that you see in Android, but I also have the ability to tap on the other one. And you can see that I have the two options selected. If I tap on trade right here on the left, it's going to bring up the order ticket because now we said we want to trade it. And since we didn't say close at market, then this allows us to specify the price and set some specifications for our order. If we click here on add, I'm not sure why it doesn't say trade here, but I'm just going to click on or tap on add. I suppose it means that it's going to add those two option legs into an order ticket. And that's exactly what it did over here. Notice that as soon as the order ticket comes up, it recognizes my two legs as a diagonal. That's the way that I traded that options on. I did it on the desktop, and it shows here on my mobile device. But I do have the ability to close my position at whatever price. It gives me the real-time price of this call right here in the mid and the natural pricing. This call is quoted at $18. Let's say, for example, I'm long the call. So let's say that I want to sell it, but only if it reaches $19. Let's say that we want $19. And that I'm going to set it as a limit order since it's a higher price than what we are holding that position at. And let me review the order. Okay, this is a buy to open. Why is it buy to open? Let me go, let me cancel this. Okay, go back in here because +1 buy to open. Let me just tap here where it says buy to open. And then the action is going to be sell to close. So it doesn't automatically give me the action to close the trade. You have to be careful as to what is it that you're doing and make sure that you switch it in case that's your intention. If you want to close a trade, make sure that it's a sell to close and not a buy to open. Let me go ahead and accept this. Okay, so it did change my direction here to sell to close. My limit price right here is 1905, which is okay. And then I just tap on review order. And now it says sell to close, one Apple, February 21, 225 call, and it should get rid of it. So let's go ahead and send the order and tap on OK. Okay, that's not going to get rid of my position because we selected to close the trade at a higher price. We saw that it was trading at $18 and change. Our order said traded at or sell it at 19, which is a little bit higher. That's those are things you can do right here from within the mobile app where you can set, sort of a profit target. If it gets to that price that I specified, I would, generate that profit, that difference. So this is kind of stuck loading the results. I'm connected to a trading simulator, so it may be having some issues. Let me go here on my iOS while that is loading and do something similar. So in here, I have a sell to open and buy to open. Notice that still, I grabbed a position from my positions list. I said that I wanted to trade it, but the actions here are set to open another position. So if I were to submit my order this way, it would just add more to what I already have. I'm already short one contract and I'm long one contract on each one of these options. So let me go ahead and tap on those two. I tap on sell to open, and it's not sell to open. I'm going to buy to close. Let me go back. Okay, so I'm short and I'm going to buy to close. The long one, I'm going to tap where it says buy to open, and I'm going to change this to sell to close. And then go back. Now I have my actions in the direction of my options and just getting rid of it. So let's say this one right here, we want to do it at market. So let me just change the order type to market. Or, I mean, you can also do limit order and sell them at the asking price, which is the natural pricing. So I'm going to tap on the natural, and this will generate a credit of $1.60. Okay, and then let me review the order and then send it. I'm going to tap on OK. And you see that I got filled. It says I'm going to tap on dismiss, and I no longer have those Apple. Was it an Apple trade? I think it was. Let me go ahead and check. If you tap on orders, orders will allow you to give or see a list of all your orders that you have submitted. So this is all the orders for today. And this is the order that we just submitted, the sell. No, this is not it. It was the BW8. I'm sorry. It wasn't Apple. It was BW8 that we traded. So if I tap on that order, it'll give me the details of what I did. I bought to close and I sold to close, one of each. And those two contracts were filled and removed from my account. Okay. Let's go back here to my Android. Not sure what happened. So let me tap on orders, back on positions. Okay. So that trade did not go through. So I'm going to take that long call again. Let me try one more time. That long call, remember that you have to check the action. This is this buy to open, and I want to sell to close. So I'm going to tap on the action here and change it to sell to close. I'm going to tap on accept right here at the bottom. And then I'm just going to say, increase the price to $19 and say, review the order. And then I'm going to tap on send order right here at the bottom, that blue button, and then tap on OK. Okay. My Android seems to be having issues. Let me try reviewing the order one more time. It says order failed. Reason you are long one contract with one remaining on sell order. So it did submit the trade. So it got hung on sending the order, but it actually sent it. Now it's telling me I cannot place another order because I already have a selling transaction. So let's go ahead and cancel this. The way that you get out of a trade ticket like here is just grab your finger and slide it down. Okay, now I'm stuck. Okay. I'm not an Android user. You can tell, right? I just bring up the phone every time that I do a mobile app presentation, just so that I can show Android at the same time. On my iOS, if I had an order ticket, let me go ahead and show you what I mean by that. Let me copy the order. So right here, I have an order ticket for Android, and it does allow me to grab my finger and slide it down if I don't want to do it. Here, I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it just got stuck here. So let me go ahead and, let me tap on back. Maybe the back button here in Android. Yeah, that's what it was. I can tap on back on Android. On iOS, we don't have a back button at the bottom like we do for Android. So that's what you need to do. Just tap on back at the bottom, and it sends you back to your positions. So again, let me check my orders here because it did send. Here it is. Here's my sell to close Apple. This is the order that I sent at 1905, and it's still working for me. Everybody sees that? And we have our active orders and we have our completed orders. So anytime that you want to take a look at your account in terms of positions, in terms of orders and balances, just tap on the home page or the home button right at the bottom, and you'll get here. The balances tab, I have detailed information on these accounts. I believe it gives you an overall, account value, and then it splits that into all your different, accounts. So you have your stocks and options, stocks values. All right. Over here on the right, I have equities and futures. I thought I had futures here on this other one too. Maybe I do have futures. I just have to select the account right there at the top. So maybe this is something that we're working on as well. You can see that iOS gives me the total portfolio value for all accounts. Right here on my Android, I have a selected account. So I can go to all accounts as well. It was just pre-filtered to one of the simulated accounts that I had in there, but you can already see the total portfolio value here. So if you want to do that, and it gives you a glimpse of all your different accounts with TradeStations. I guess that's very convenient if you want to see, what your accounts are doing. So at the bottom of the mobile app, you have all the other tabs that are also very useful. Starting from the left, you have a watch list. Let me tap on the watch list on both environments. Pretty straightforward. This is the lists that you create to keep an eye on symbols. The plus at the top allows you to add symbols. The little menu here allows you to edit the menu. You can edit the symbols. You can rename the watch list or delete the watch list. But from the watch list, you can also trigger an order transaction. In fact, it'll send you to the orders tab, I believe. So if I tap on a symbol here, let me tap on American Airlines. It'll take you to the symbol detail. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to take you to the order ticket to trade it, but in fact, it takes you to an order detail. The same happens here on iOS. If I tap on a symbol, I'm going to tap on Microsoft right here at the top. iOS sends me to the options view because that's where I was when I was looking at the symbol detail. You're going to notice that at the very top, not at the very top, but somewhere in the middle, you're going to have 5 tabs. You see them here in Android where my cursor is: overview, chart, news, options, and matrix. You see those same tabs right here on iOS: overview, chart, news, options, and matrix. So since on iOS, I was looking at options when I was on the symbol detail, notice that it'll take me there again. Maybe it just assumes that I want to trade options one more time. But I'm going to tap on chart here in iOS just so that I can have similar views on both. So I have a chart open. The symbol here is Microsoft on iOS. You can see that at the symbol at the top. And then this is American Airlines at the top here for Android. A couple of things that I like is there's a bell right here at the very top, which is conveniently placed so that you can set up an alert on this specific symbol. So let's say that we want to set up an alert on American Airlines. You see that it's trading at $13.78. Let's suppose that we want to be alerted if it goes beyond $14. All you need to do is tap on that bell, tap on create alert for American Airlines, and I want to be alerted when the last is greater than, there's no greater than, only is greater than or equal to, and I'm just gonna, I can type in the number here directly. Come on. It's $14. Okay, and I create the alert. There we go. So as soon as the last is greater than 14, then I have my alert set up. Same here on iOS. I'm not going to go through the menus, but notice that it's very similar. It just allows you to set the alert on Microsoft if you needed to do so. So back to the symbol view, we are looking at the chart. There is a maximize button here on the chart on both environments that allows you to, maximize the chart view in case you don't want to see, all the information at the top and focus on the chart. It gives you that maximize button, which is very convenient. Let me tap there as well. The mobile app was created in a way that is very intuitive, and a lot of the information here you're looking at it and you say, yeah, I understand where to go. I understand how to place a trade. So I want you to come in here and explore. If you haven't used our mobile apps, the whole purpose of the whole reason why we do these classes is for you to know that the features are available and you can do many things in here. This is today's range right here at the top. So we have the high, the low, the open, and the close. So it actually opened at 1366. Then the current price is 1378. The price has gone up to 1382, and it went as low as 1361. Of course, if you tap on these little carrots, this is the weekly range, and this is the monthly range. So those are conveniently placed too. This is the 52-week, and then we're back to today. Same here for iOS. If I tap on a little, it'll just give me the different options for the ranges that I want to see. It does allow me to trade directly by tapping on the, no, it doesn't. It has a big trade button right there at the bottom if you wanted to trade shares of the symbol you're looking at. It also gives you this overview tab. The overview is just that. It allows you to take a look at, in this case, American Airlines and why is it moving. Some of the industry or ratings provided by Benzinga. Notice that it's clearly provided by Benzinga over here for informational purposes only. This is not, a research department by TradeStation in no way. So just be aware of that. And then it has the earnings calendar and all the relevant information regarding American Airlines. So that's in the overview. It gives you a lot of information about the symbol. You can tap on news. Again, these are news articles, very straightforward. Just tap on the news article that you want to read. The options tab, it's interesting because it simplifies the option chain. At this point, it's half of the screen is used by this symbol information, but if you grab your finger and you slide up a little bit, you can see that it just expands the view a little bit more, so that allows you to see more of the option chain. Expirations are going to be right here at the top, and you can use your finger to slide them left and right. Same here for iOS. You have a little drop down to select, spreads. If you're looking for verticals or calendars, there's a whole list of different spreads that you can select from this drop down. And if you want to create spreads yourself, then you select custom. That's why I had custom on both, because this allows you to grab or select the legs yourself. So here, if I wanted to, buy the 13, I just tap on the asking price, and it sends that information here to the bottom in the form of a little bubble. And I see November, which is the expiration date of this call. And I can either tap on chart of the matrix, but if I sell, for example, the 14, then notice that it sends that also here to the bottom, and I've created a spread. If I tap on trade, it recognizes this as a vertical. You can see it right here at the very top. So that is great functionality if you want to trade options on any particular position. It does allow you to do this, multi-leg options trades, it's very useful in some cases. Okay, if I wanted to do something a little bit more elaborate, for example, here I have Microsoft on iOS. I buy the 440, sell the 445, maybe sell the 450, and buy the 455. Notice that all those 4 legs are sent here to the bottom. And once I tap on trade, it recognizes my trade as an iron condor, because I selected the corresponding legs that make up an iron condor, and I can see the details of that iron condor here. Okay. If I slide towards the bottom, it goes away. Remember that on Android, sliding doesn't work, so you have to tap on the back button right here at the bottom to get out of that option trade. In addition to that, you have a matrix. Matrix is the very last tab here on the mobile apps. It does give you the ability to place trades in relationship to the bid and ask. It does allow you to see market depth and trade based on the trade level 2. Okay, let's go back here. So that's the symbol detail. All right. Going back to the symbol detail. Yeah, those are the ones that have the 5 tabs. So let me go back here to my watch lists. So that's the watch list and the symbol detail view. You have a button here at the bottom that's a trade button. The trade button is a way for you to look for symbols that are not on your watch list and that you want to trade immediately, so something comes up, you want to search for the symbol, and this allows you to search for that symbol very quickly. I believe it remembers your recent searches, and it does give you a quick trade button if you want to trade any of those symbols that you've searched in the past. But if I wanted to search here for, let's say, I want to see what Meta is doing. Let me go ahead. I'm just typing on my computer's keyboard. So if I search for Meta, then I can see the symbol over here, and I can tap on trade to go directly to an order ticket. Same here on my iOS. I just type in the symbol that I want to trade, and notice that it does allow me to, if you don't tap on trade, if you tap on the symbol itself, notice that it takes you to the symbol detail, the same view that we were on previously. And if this is not part of your watch list, you can tap on that little star and add it to your quotes. So if I add it to, let's say, my quotes, then whenever I go back to my watch lists, you can see that Meta has been added here to the bottom of my screen. So searching for the symbol is very quick. Tapping on the little star allows you to add it to one of your watch lists so you can continue monitoring that symbol. In addition to that, let me go back here to my main screen. You have a markets tab at the bottom. I'm going to tap here on iOS. I'm going to do the same thing here on Android. And this is just a way for you to look at things that are happening in the market. Nothing that you would select yourself, just things that are, hot and current. And you can see maybe pick out some interesting trading candidates from here. This says you're not entitled for hot lists. That's just the login that I'm using. But here you have hot lists. And the hot list, you can cycle through the different hot lists by just tapping and sliding left or right. These are the money losers. These are the money gainers. And just give it a few seconds for it to load. And if you scroll up, then you have a section of why is it moving? Again, we connect to Benzinga and some of the information that is supplied by them. You have the sector ETFs. So you can tell, out of all the sectors, which one is the one that is underperforming or outperforming. And then we have news articles and analysts' ratings, top buys and top sells. We have the upcoming earnings by date. And that's it. So the markets view, it's a great way for you to look at trading opportunities and see what's happening in the markets. I'm not going to go through the more menu. The more menu is the little 3 dots. Just additional things that you can do at TradeStation, like transfer funds. You can look at your price alerts. You can change settings of your mobile app. You can, go to the support tab and even, go to the client center and see some of the things you can do there. I don't see any questions here on the chat, so I'm going to assume that everything is clear, but I don't have any other information to show you. Are there any questions about the mobile app and its functionality? Thank you, Ricardo. Appreciate the feedback. We've done a lot of work on the mobile app, and we continue to develop our mobile app. So stay tuned. Every time that you launch the mobile app, I believe the updates are pushed automatically, and the look and feel of the mobile app is continuously enhanced so that you can focus on what you do best, which is trading the markets and not have to worry about technology. So thank you, everyone, for joining me today. This is our mobile apps. Make sure that you go to the App Store or the Play Store and search for it. Install it in your phones if you haven't done so, and explore the features that are there. You may find a platform that you can trade to complement your desktop. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in one of my future classes. Goodbye, everyone. Great having you.